What's up, guys? I'm Antonio, and welcome back to the Business Download Clean Energy's EV Wrap-Up. This week, we'll be talking about vehicles going ludicrous speeds, electric locomotives, and flying cars. Well, kinda. Before we get started, hit the like and subscribe button below, and leave a comment on your favorite story. All right, buckle up. Let's get started. Starting off this week, we have General Motors making a few moves in the EV world. Announced on Tuesday, GM and WebTech Corp partnered up to develop and commercialize electric-powered locomotives. GM already has the battery and fuel cell technology, so how hard could it be to scale up the recipe? The GM president said that the partnership showcases the technological advancement GM has and also highlights its versatility. But it doesn't stop there. The day after the locomotive announcement, GM came out again, saying that it'll increase investments on electric and autonomous vehicles to $35 billion through 2025. That's a 30% increase from the plans of last year. The additional money will be used to expand the rollout of EVs they have hitting the streets, and of course, make sure the battery and fuel cell technologies in their new factories have an adequate amount of funding. Could all this spending mean more jobs for the American automaker? We'll be watching. Finally, Tesla's Model S Plaid is out and the delivery has begun. The Model S is Tesla's flagship electric sedan, and whenever the word Plaid is paired with Tesla, you gotta think high performance. Elon said, "With the Plaid Model S, what you have is a car that is quicker than any sports car, faster than any Porsche, safer than any Volvo, and it's all in the same car. It really feels like you're driving in the future." But that still has me wondering why he chose the word plaid. It's gotta come with like a free picnic blanket or something. Nope, you gotta remember this is Elon we're talking about. The car's name is a reference to the space action parody Spaceballs. In the movie, there's this high-speed chase in outer space, and one of the ships enters Lightspeed, which looks like your average Star Wars movie. Then, the spacecraft swiftly revs up to an unfathomable speed, past ludicrous speed. Here, the stars they're passing no longer look like a streak pattern, but instead a plaid one. For a little while, Dodge and Tesla have been butting heads on who can make the better, faster, optimal vehicle. When the V8 Dodge Demon came out, there was much back and forth about the acceleration when compared to the Tesla Model S. That was swiftly squashed by Dodge indirectly admitting to defeat. So basically, Dodge can't surpass the acceleration of a top-notch Tesla unless they make an EV themselves. The Detroit Bureau apparently gathered news that Dodge is working on the fastest model ever, and you guessed it, it'll be battery-powered. Back when Dodge was a subsidiary of Fiat Chrysler Automobiles, or FCA, they weren't too keen about the transition to EVs. Now part of Stellantis, it appears that perspectives have changed. If Dodge had trouble beating the Model S, and now we have a plaid version coming out, it may be a few years before Dodge is actually the king of speed and acceleration. But they do have a motive. Jaguar Land Rover is next on the download with their recent progress towards the development of a hydrogen fuel cell electric vehicle. Basically, they're combining mechanisms from a hydrogen-powered fuel cell vehicle and mechanisms from an electric one, both still emitting zero carbon. These types of vehicles provide swift refueling and a minimal loss in range in colder temperatures, so the technology is perfect for longer range vehicles and ones that need to work in hot and cold temperatures. The new Land Rover vehicle will be modeled after the Defender SUV and will begin testing next year. The company created a prototype program they call Project Zeus, which is a part of their aim to exclusively manufacture zero tailpipe emission vehicles by 2036 and to have zero carbon emissions across its supply chain by 2039. They'll be testing the vehicle, focusing on fuel consumption and off-road capabilities because hitting the terrain's in the company's DNA. Concluding the week, we have not a bird, not a plane, it's a flying car thing. Designed by startup opener, the prototype called the Black Fly is meant to end traffic forever. Engineers and entrepreneurs have been tinkering with the technology for more than a decade, trying to produce an electric aircraft without the use of a runway. They believe these things can be cheaper and safer than helicopters, and soon enough, more common. I know that both the Jetsons and Marty McFly predicted we'd have flying cars by now, but so far these are the best things we got. As the technology and demand starts to ramp up, many companies have started to join the race, whether their goal is a network of air taxis and sky Ubers or to create a version that people can privately own. Either way, I think it won't be too long before our sky is electrified. That's all we have for you this week on the weekly wrap-up. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next week.